Hi, guys. Hi. All right. So, Taurians, welcome back. Let's go ahead and jump on in. This is going to be a little message for the Lions Gate portal, which is a time where there could be a tremendous amount of alignment of energy flow. Great time to get energized. A great time to maybe have some uplifted energy from some spiritual downloads, uploads, upgrades. Anyway, we want to say that. We start out with the Lover's card. There's messages coming in from the heart. This could be a returning romance, or this could be two individuals who actually are like falling in love all over again. This could be somebody suddenly deciding, I got to go see Taurus. This could be somebody from quite a distance who travels to get to Taurus. But we definitely have a traveler here. We have somebody where it doesn't matter if it's down the street or if it's, you know, from one country to another. This is somebody who would be willing to take a flight and drive the car and walk to get to Taurus. It's like their heart is on fire. So I feel like somebody has that surge of like love and they just can't sit still anymore. This could be like either a long distance romance and then finally somebody's just like, I got to go see my Taurus. I got to go. Or this could be the energy of, two people that are already like dating, but they unexpectedly are like, you know what? I just wanted to come and see you. I just hopped in the car and drove the hour and a half to get here. I just needed to see you. I don't know. I just wanted to tell you hi. We have this Seven of Wands. They definitely don't want to get blocked out of Taurus's life. I feel like this is somebody who almost fears if they don't show up, what if Taurus were to find somebody other than them? What if, because that Gemini energy, the Lover's card is a card of choice. This person could be a Gemini. They could also be a Leo, Sag, or Aries, but we do see a divine masculine. It's definitely the same fellow. They could be quite, well groomed as far as their persona, but I feel like this person also has a bit of a wild side, a bit of a passionate wild side. Even here, they're like a wild bird. They're kind of wild-hearted. Oh God, I'm hearing that awesome song by Mumford and Sons. I think it's called Wild Heart. Because it took a wild heart to tame mine. It took a wild heart to charm. Um, oh God, the song is a great driving song, by the way, or at least I know I listened to it like on repeat for like an hour straight one time when I was on a long drive, and it's just such a great track. But anyway, yeah, I want to say it's called Wild Heart. We have a Page of Swords in the reverse. They don't want to spy. They don't want to check up on Taurus. They're not like, this is somebody who wants to go ahead and especially if there's been any conflict or any worry, they might want to air out their worries and just be upfront about it. Like, Taurus, I don't want to lose you. Taurus, I don't want you to forget me. Like, that kind of vibe is what it comes across as. I feel like this person is quite bold. They're not afraid of looking foolish. When they care about somebody, they care. When they like somebody, they like somebody. They don't hide this. And they don't do things in sly ways. This is somebody who's like all bold, just straight up bold. Yeah, they're really worried that Taurus is either going to forget their name, going to meet somebody else. Maybe they already had conflict with Taurus. This could be somebody coming back in during this Lions Gate. Remember the Lion Gate portal, kind of the energy of that starts around, the 26th of July and runs until like August 10th or 12th. But the 8-8 portal is what we're rapidly approaching, and that's kind of like the official alignment. So it just kind of feels like this is somebody who's been thinking about this for a little bit, like, God, I don't want to lose this Taurus. I don't want to lose this Taurus. And I need to look him in the eye and tell him that. So I need to maybe show them. I need to show up. I need to do something that shows that I care, so that Taurus sees me and thinks more about me, because I'm the person that would, drive all night to get to you, like Cyndi Lauper and Roy Orbison say. It really does come across like I want to be there with you. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This is about alignment. I have to say, this could be something that Taurus's heart has wanted for a very long time. This particular energy here, like Taurus might have hidden the fact that they wished that this particular person would take action. I do think Taurus has been contemplating, I should probably move on. If this king hadn't been taking action, I could see that Taurus has been, in their mind saying, I need to not be sad about this. This person hasn't put in the effort. So, I need to move forward. But in truth, I think maybe Taurus's heart has always wished that it would be this person who takes this action. Why did they not take action, like significant action, until now? Oh, well, they had other problems. So we have that Judgment card, which is Phoenix rising from the ashes. And if we look here, this is somebody who, maybe they got themselves into some trouble. Maybe they had a debt to society to pay. Maybe this represents, maybe they did get incarcerated, or maybe they caused some other issues in their own life, or they had to, just kind of rebuild some things in their life. It doesn't have to mean that it got themselves into trouble, but there's a reason that we have the Phoenix rising from the ashes. It's what we have to do when, we have to find our comeback story. We have to return from, kind of like a decimation. We have to rise again. We've got a 3 of Pentacles and a 2 of Swords. All this keeps saying to me, like this particular character has had to like rebuild their life, and they had a significant blockage. It's like, I'm not going to be able to be with Taurus and be a part of a family and be a part of a day-to-day interaction until I make some changes in my own life, until I rebuild something. What was it that they had to rebuild? Page of Wands. This person may have had a child that they had to, make sure that they did right by. And I'm not saying like stay with somebody else until the child's, all raised, but I'm thinking like maybe they had to make sure that they, were able to provide for their child, even if their child is with, someone that they have no contact with, or, limited contact with. It's like, I had to make sure that I was able to be a provider for a child, pay child support, be somebody like my child could be proud of. This looks like they've got maybe a 6-year-old or something, possibly a daughter with red hair. We have 3 of Cups upright. It definitely feels like they needed to clean their persona. If they were, at some point like a bad boy, bad girl, they might have thought about, I have to be a better role model. Whether they actually have a child or not, whether they're thinking about what would Taurus think of me, Taurus is going to judge me based off of, would I make a decent role model? And if I can honestly answer and say, not right now, I wouldn't, because I've got some, they could have a couple of like really raunchy tattoos or something. Maybe they even want to like laser something off, or maybe that's just, some marks of the life that they lived. I feel like this person has not been perfect. I feel like they have a bit of a life story, bit of a history. Wonderful people sometimes don't do wonderful things. Wonderful, amazing people can have rough patches in their life where they get, hooked on a lifestyle that is, not really reflective of truly what their heart is like, but they can find themselves in some pretty rough patches. And I'm kind of thinking that might have been his story. But this is also somebody who's like, I got to clean up my image here, because Taurus is going to look at me and say, I'm not going to tangle with somebody who's, if I couldn't trust you with a puppy or trust you with a baby, or trust you with, as somebody that is reliable like that, then forget it. I'm not dating you. I can't let myself fall for you. I'd rather pick somebody else. I think that that's the cold, harsh truth that they evaluated, and they thought, oh, God, Taurus is going to look at me. How would I look at me? How would I evaluate me? So I really think that this person has said, I have to, cleanse, shower off my image. I have to make some transformations before I approach my Taurus. If Taurus is inspiring them to become their best version of themselves, like, maybe living more like productive life, maybe getting themselves out of some trouble, maybe maturing, maybe thinking of themselves like, would I be a good role model with what I'm doing right now? If that's what Taurus made them stop and contemplate about their own behavior and their own image, that is remarkable because it really says Taurus is making them want to be better. You know, that's beautiful. We have got the Ace of Swords upright. That Ace of Swords is all about truth. Am I a truthful person? Can I say to Taurus, can I tell them this is what my life has been? This is who I am today, though, and then let Taurus, judge me based off of who I am today. Because they don't want to keep secrets from Taurus. I think that they know that they can't. I think this person, they don't even want to, though. They want Taurus to pick them. I mean, we see that all through this. I want Taurus to pick me. I want Taurus to pick me. I want Taurus to pick me. I'm worried Taurus is going to pick somebody else. I want them to choose me. So they are really polishing themselves up to put their best foot forward. So hopefully Taurus will pick them. That's how this Lions Gate seems to be, impacting them. Do we have any final message just on anything for Taurus? Let's go with this deck. Page of Wands. So Taurus could definitely get excited. They might take a little trip, a little afternoon off work early or something, and go out on a little hike or something. Just do something spontaneous, something that they've wanted to do for a while. Go to a local museum or art show. Go to some concert in the park. Go do something just serendipitously. Seven of Pentacles. It might be that Taurus decides to fulfill some inspired, thing that they'd like to do for themselves and have wanted to for a long time. And it's like during this span of time around this Lions Gate, they're going to finally say, you know what? For like 2 years, I wanted to go take a stroll through this one park. I hear they've got some cool, monument or something, or a really awesome duck pond, or, I wanted to go see this botanical garden, this Japanese gardens, it feels like it's an outdoor event, but it feels like Taurus is going to be inspired to go ahead and spontaneously do something that they've wanted to do for a long time. It's something that'll probably give Taurus a new spark of extra inspiration. I feel like Taurus could be a creative type, and they need a little moment, a little splash of inspiration, but also I think Taurus needs to enjoy connecting with others around this Lions Gate. Like there could be opportunities, just like it's going to feel like Taurus has a miniature vacation, but all it might be is they finally let themselves do something that's fun, that's inspirational, and they also let themselves spend time with people that they love. This could be finally getting together with, Taurus's two best friends, sitting around kicking it, just enjoying each other's company. And it comes across like, oh, this is so nice. I haven't done this in a long time. It feels like Taurus needed some social activity during this, or will need some social activity of camaraderie, friendship. This is all nothing here says that Taurus is focusing on relationship. Taurus is focusing on their own life and is inspired to do that during this Lions Gate. It's interesting. Lions Gate is hitting the other person, that King of Wands, in the heart space and propelling them toward Taurus. So I kind of love this. I don't know what Taurus is going to choose to do with this person who's approaching them with the very much pick me, please pick me, Taurus, please don't pick somebody else. But I think Taurus is going to have probably a pretty busy week with friends and stuff when this person comes in. Taurus might have to reschedule something. If Taurus wants to actually sit down or spend time with this King of Wands, Taurus might find themselves saying, well, I was supposed to go out with friends. You might have to wait. Or I was supposed to go out with friends. Let me see if I can reschedule. Because it does look like they want Taurus to please pick me. Let me get one last card on that, only because I feel like we're leaving this story on a bit of a cliffhanger there. 8 of Swords. Taurus might be put in a slightly difficult position. Like, what am I supposed to do? This person is coming in out of nowhere saying, please pick me, but I had plans with my friends. King of Cups. I could say this in 2 different ways. It could be like Taurus is saying, but if they really care about me and they're just showing up kind of out of the blue, they will also understand where I'm at with things. Oh, we have a Page of Cups and a Queen of Cups. Could also be that Taurus is saying, however, if I really want to match with this person, and it looks like I just might, then This might be more important to me. It's tough because I don't think Taurus is going to want to blow off good friends or, even put anything aside that they've already planned to do for themselves, unless this is for like a really important reason. Like if this person's just coming in and waste my time, I'm not going to, piss off my best friends who are always there for me because this person randomly shows up. On the other hand, if this person is showing up because they actually are here, they are here because it's something really serious. They are here to make a genuine offer. King and Queen of Cups. If this is one of the most important conversations possibly of my year or of my life, then that's something to sit down and listen and have this dialogue with them. The only trouble is Taurus is going to have to make that decision. I do feel like they're going to be entering into Taurus's world at a time when Taurus is already busy. So it could require some, contemplation. I mean, Taurus is maybe just going to say to them, if you're just here to waste my time, I'm not about to cancel my plans. So do you have something serious to say? Do you have something you need to talk to me about? Then I'll cancel my plans for that. But Taurus might have to preface it like, make it worth my while. That's the best way I could say that. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.